Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium. And today we're going to be talking about politics because last week, right around Thanksgiving, Bannon came into my consciousness. Now, I'm not actively thinking about politics right now. I'm taking a little bit of a break from it mentally because we all need to take a break from this stuff. It's so hard to be in right now because we just all want justice, right? And we're not feeling like there's any justice to be had or not much to be had. We want more. We want more justice. But anyway, Bannon popped into my consciousness last week. And when that happens, it's just like that guy, I'm going to get his name wrong, Scavone. They want to call him Schiavone. They want to add a whole bunch of consonants or something or vowels in there. But Scavone did the same thing. He popped into my consciousness and then he popped into the news. Bannon popped into my consciousness last week. He's in the news now. But I want to talk to you guys about a few happenings. Now, I have been saying through, my guides have been saying through me that December was going to be a time of fireworks. They just keep saying explosion fireworks. Now, I don't mean explosion per se in this, what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about explosive information coming out. Now, I know what you're saying to me. We've had nothing but explosive information coming out and no one seems to be doing a darn thing about it. I get it. But remember what the guides keep saying about this boiling pot. Biden has his hand on the boiling pot and the boiling pot is about to boil over, right? So it's like it's popping, it's bumping up and down. And remember what they said, that investigative journalists would be the ones to push Biden's hand, that this information would come out through these journalistic avenues that would leave Biden with no choice but to show what's really going on. Now, I want to tell you that Biden frustrates me. I know he's the right president. I support him. But man, I wasn't even a Hillary fan, but I'm telling you, we wouldn't be sitting here today if Hillary was president. You know, heads would be knocked. People would be in prison. So I get it. Biden is a statesman. He's old school. He wants to preserve peace, and I got to give him credit. He's done a great job of doing all that. And just today I heard that America is booming. We haven't had this kind of resurgence since the 80s as far as jobs and money, spending, all those things. I think Biden and Yellen and all of those people at the Fed have done absolutely a miracle job of saving our butts, right? I didn't even know this. You know, the news doesn't cover anything good that Biden does. That's the other problem. He released, I don't know how many millions of barrels from our strategic oil little bank account that we keep to lower the gas prices, or at least to keep the gas prices from going up. No one hears about this stuff, right? And that's part of the problem. He doesn't get out there and say what he's doing. He doesn't get out there and do anything, right? I mean, they don't let him meet with small groups. He's not Obama. He's not going to the local coffee shop or, you know, going to get a burger. You know what I mean? He's just not that guy. And he's our guy, so I'm with him. But I just want to tell you guys, stuff is going down this December. Stuff that will culminate in indictments and jail time and justice. Okay, I'm telling you, it is true. It is happening. It's going to happen. Now, Bannon, as I've said before, and I say I mean the guides. I'm connected to them right now. So Bannon wants to go to jail. He wants to be in handcuffs. He wants to be a martyr for these chaos-driven people that I can't say too many words about. But you know who they are. These are triggers. The guides keep saying these are triggers. They're going to trigger events. So I would say to you that if Bannon ends up in handcuffs in a photo, that I would just lay low for a while. because they're going to come out. These people are going to come out and they're going to make their presence known. That's the trigger and that's the response. Okay. But the good news is that Meadows has come out and flipped sides. And the guides tell me it's a double cross. The guides tell me that Trump is saying Meadows is double crossing him. Okay, now look, why is this happening? Well, because the net, the guides talked about this all in the summer, that there's this net. And as the net pulls up and gets closer, right, all those people get squeezed, right? But in the beginning, the net lays flat so it can catch its prey. The net has been flat. Now the net is starting to be pulled up. They're catching the prey. Now, as these people realize, I don't have an alibi. I don't have an excuse. I don't have a way out. I'm going to flip. I don't owe these people anything. I don't care about these people. And most importantly, Meadows, his thoughts are, I have nothing to lose. Even his life. He has nothing to lose. That is what's on the line here. It's life or death, right? I would rather maybe live and try and get through this. Okay? So, and he's double crossing Trump. That's what Trump is saying to his people right now. Of course, the people that are popping into my head right now from Spirit are Ivanka, Jared, Rudy. There's others. If I connect, I could probably come up with some others. But I want to also talk about Flynn, because when Flynn popped into my head and I said, okay, this is what they told me about Flynn. He's digging his own grave. That's what they said. So for instance, a lot of these people are like crickets quiet. Where is Jared? Where is Ivanka? What are they doing? Where is Don Jr.? What is he doing? Where is Lindsey Graham? Where is Mitch McConnell? Where are these people at? They've been quiet because they've been trying to hide like roaches that run when you turn on the light. They've all run back into their deep, dark corners. They're trying to hide from the light. Now, the difference is that Flynn doesn't care. He's steadily out there digging his own grave. And what Spirit told me is that he has been turned by Russia. He's 100% not an American. For entertainment purposes only. Not an American if you judge it by our Constitution. I mean, he may think he's an American, just the way Bannon thinks he's an American. But if you want to compare their actions to the Constitution, you realize they're not an American. If you believe in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and our democracy, the democracy this country was founded on and fought for in the Civil War, then they're not Americans. So I want to talk about the former guy for a minute, Mr. ex-president. I got to tell you guys, I'm not allowed to ask anymore if he's going to cross over. Because I asked, there was a time when I was asking every day. So they kind of pulled me aside and kind of gave me a real peek into my own pathology. And they said, why are you asking about that so often? Let's take a look at what you've become, right? I mean, we slip down into the mud with these people. We start having feelings of wanting revenge, right? I mean, there's justice and then there's revenge. I slid right down into that mud with them, really, by asking, hoping that he would just cross over. I mean, to me, that was the only resolution we were going to have while he was president, especially the last year of his presidency. So when I say I'm not allowed to ask that anymore, I have a pendulum. I crack myself up. So I'm going to ask in front of, because look, okay, he was born on an eclipse. The ex-president was born on an eclipse. And it's said by astrologers that people sometimes that were born go out on eclipses. So we've missed some eclipses. He's had plenty of opportunities to exit stage left, and he won't go. So let me ask this question instead. And I'm using the pendulum instead of my guides because I am too emotional about this. I want what I want too much. So even me, now when I'm doing readings for my clients, right? I don't know you, and I just tell you what spirit tells me because I have no emotional connection to the outcome. But when it's my stuff, it's very hard to get around ego sometimes, okay? That's why you want to use, cards, or you want to use a pendulum, because these things bypass your ego, okay? So that's a really good point for you guys to understand. I could talk more about that, but let's stay on politics for a second. I want to ask, I'm talking to them. They're talking about somebody that I can't see who it is. It's, who's that guy they're saying me? Well, Rudy, I mentioned Rudy. God bless him. You know what I mean? Just God, if you're a Southerner, you know what I'm talking about when I say God bless him. It's not what you think. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about Rudy. Not even going to talk about him. Oh my gosh, I just heard they're directing me back to Mark Meadows and the fact that Trump says he's double-crossed by Mark Meadows. And I want to know, will Mark Meadows be the one that brings him down? Right. Okay. They're saying actually Mark Meadows. Okay. Right. So they're showing me like a puzzle, like those old school puzzles, and you have all the pieces, and you put all the corners in, and you put the edge in because that makes sense, right? And then there's parts of the puzzle that you've got together, and then other parts of the puzzle that are just blank spaces that you're just like, I don't even know what goes there. So what Mark Meadows does is he fills in some of those blank spaces. So he's not going to be the one to bring them all the way down, but he's going to fill some of those spots. Man, I have just got some really crazy stuff right now. I was asking, I maybe don't need to use but I might check it with the pendulum. When I was just looking at that, and I was very connected, and I was seeing the visual, and I was seeing what Mark Meadows is going to add, and then I asked them, all happens while I'm not talking, and when I'm talking. I asked them if Mark Meadows was going to be the one to bring him down. They showed me there he's going to fill in this part of the puzzle that we need. So then they showed me, we need all these things the puzzle is the indictments. They're not going to go off without the whole puzzle put together. They're just not. Some of these people are political wizards. We saw that BS in Rittenhouse's case, how the attorneys were able to frame the charges, the judge was bought and paid for. We saw that. It happens. That's a really good example of how our prosecutors could bring some of these people to a courtroom and lose, even though they should be charged and they should be indicted and they should be in jail. That's a cautionary tale. That's why we should allow them the time to do this puzzle. Now, can you see the difference in what I'm saying compared to what I was saying in the beginning of the video? I'm connected to spirit. They're telling me why we need to be patient, why we need to allow them the time, all the time they need. Because Mark Meadows adds a big chunk of this puzzle. And they just told me that that woman that nobody can pronounce her name, Epstein's girlfriend, is adding more pieces to the puzzle. These people, you have to put pressure on them to get them to flip, to get the information out of them, to put the pieces in the puzzle. It takes time, okay? It just takes time. But I'm also going to tell you that many people, and I don't remember, especially when I'm connected to spirit, I can't remember where Susan heard things because Susan's slightly unavailable at the moment. I don't know if it was Linda G or who it was that, I think it was, that said a woman was going to bring him down. A woman was going to bring the former president down. And they've always told me, E. Jean Carroll, E. Jean Carroll, E. Jean Carroll. She's the one that has the former guy's DNA on her dress. Now you can't fight that. That it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? They could say it was consensual. All they could say is that it's consensual, but this woman has been saying it wasn't consensual for like 20 years. So I feel like I'm also getting that feeling that they gave me last month when I talked about all this. I talked about all of these things last month, I think on Jen, with Jen and I on Thursday night a couple of weeks ago. That it could be anticlimactic. Like him getting charged, the former guy, the former president, could be anticlimactic. Because this is what I was saying when I started and I said I'm seeing crazy things. You guys have to understand that the former guy is rogue. He does what he wants, right? He doesn't do what his handlers want him to do. We understand that. We get that. He goes right instead of left. I mean, he's pretty rogue. But at the same time, he has handlers. And at the same time, he is very, they're using the word deadly. I mean, he could be harmful to people. Right? I mean, you see the way he turns against people, and he's very he has a lot of motivated by revenge. If he was really in a bind, if he finally was going to have to answer to his crimes, finally, don't you think he would throw a whole bunch of people under the bus? Can you imagine? He's thrown so many people under the bus so far. If you even look sideways at him, he throws you under the bus. Imagine if he was really going to be facing criminal charges. Imagine if he was really going to be losing his presidency. Imagine who he would throw under the bus. Y'all, the list would be, hundreds of pages long, single-spaced. He would go back and dig out his kindergarten teacher who gave him a bad, unsatisfactory grade for eating breakfast sloppy and throw them under the bus. I mean, he would throw everybody under the bus. So, are you going to allow that? If you're a wealthy, very powerful person, possibly from another country, are you going to allow somebody to throw your country under the bus so then the U.S. puts sanctions against you? Are you going to allow the possibility that you may go to prison in the United States if you're a U.S. citizen? Are you going to allow your mafioso group of people to be exposed? And all of those people they're connected to? And when I say all of those people, I happen to be thinking about some people in specific. Like people that are in Congress. And people that are in the Senate. They have connections to this money and might drop people on the Supreme Court. All of those people are connected to this one person. This one person has your name in their little black book. Look what happened to Epstein. Okay? So when I say so many of us have seen the former president having some sort of health problem. We've seen it. I'm just telling you that some countries have a long arm and can reach over here and make something happen. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So I'm not wishing for this. I'm not I'm just saying, this is what I'm getting, is there's too much riding on this one person who is not always willing to follow the rules, right? He goes rogue. That's unacceptable. You don't see anybody in any of these organized crime, groups going rogue. That's not allowed. So I don't think they're going to allow him to go rogue. So let me just ask, I'm just going to ask right here. Of course, I'm already connected to my guides and spirit. And I want to ask them to come through the pendulum here and tell me if Bannon is going to be locked up. If I'm going to see Bannon in handcuffs, will we see Bannon in handcuffs in December? The cat got really still. Will we see Bannon in handcuffs in December? Y'all got to be fast. I can't hold my hand up here forever, for real. Will we see Bannon in handcuffs in December? There's your answer. Yes. Will we see Trump in handcuffs? Will we see Trump in handcuffs? Ever? Will we ever see Trump in handcuffs? Be honest with me. We can take it. No. Well, it looks like on the screen, it looks like it's going around in circles. Uh-oh. It's going around in circles. Big circles. Okay, is that a maybe? Switch to a yes if that's maybe. Okay, you're swinging in circles. Switch to a yes if it's maybe. Bingo. Just went to yes. So there's hope. I mean, that means it's not decided yet. That means everybody has free will. Right. That means everybody has free will. Okay, so now let's ask, just for grins. Is Trump at risk? Is Trump at risk for being harmed in some way? Is Trump at risk? Is Trump at risk for being harmed in some way? I think, wait, is it yes or no? Is that yes or no? I think it's a no. Am I gone on the screen? It looks like a yes. Okay, it does look like a yes. Okay, it did look like a yes. Okay. Is Flynn ever going to get arrested and charged? Flynn is really bugging me at the moment. Is Flynn ever going to get arrested and charged for his crimes? Is General Mike Flynn, is that his name, going to get arrested and charged for his crimes ever? Is Flynn going to get arrested and charged for his crimes? I think that's a yes. Let me see. I think that's a yes. It's getting hard to hold that up. I need to work out this muscle, my holding my pendulum muscle. Okay, one more time, you guys. Is Flynn going to get arrested and charged for his crimes? That's a yes. That makes me feel better. Okay, I think it said yes. It's like I'm ready for the next question. All right, the next question is, will, forget the handcuffs. Will Trump's presidency, this is a big one, right? Will Trump's presidency, be null and void? Will it be voided? Will Trump's presidency ever be voided? Will Trump's presidency ever be voided? Yeah. It's going in circles. Okay, Spirit. Will Trump's presidency ever be voided? Wow. Wow. Says yes. Will it be voided under Biden's presidency? Will Biden be president? I didn't see that coming. I'm going to ask one more time because I don't see that coming. Somebody would have to make Biden do that. Biden's an institutionalist. It would have to be a preponderance of evidence. I mean, a preponderance of evidence. So much evidence that he didn't have a choice. Will Trump's presidency be voided? Let me reconnect with my guides. Will Trump's presidency be voided? Yes or no? Will it ever be removed? Will he be voided? See, show me a big no or a big yes. Swing hard. That's a circle. Swing hard for me. I can't tell. That is a yes. Swing hard. That's a yes. Trump's foot. Really? Wow. Wow. Okay. Will this happen under Biden's presidency? Will Biden be president when this happens? Circles. Will Biden be president when this happens? This is big news, I think, people. Stopped. Will Biden be president? Will Biden be president? Yes. Okay. And then a no. Okay, one last thing. Will Biden finish his term? Will Biden, I have this knowledge that Kamala is going to take over his term. Will Biden finish his term, his first term? Will he complete his first term? Do you know? Do you want us to know? Will Biden complete his first term? Just swing in circles if we're not supposed to know. If we're not supposed to know, make a big circle. Will Biden complete his first term? A yes, a circle, a yes. Good. No. Do you guys see that? It's going yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Holy smokes. All right. I'm pushing my limits here. Okay. Any other things that we want to ask about? Will Ivanka do jail time? Will Ivanka do jail time? Will Ivanka go to jail? Will Ivanka go to jail? Big swing, whichever way. Will Ivanka go to jail? Will Ivanka go to jail? That's a no. Well, that's going to make people mad. And that's a big swing. I asked for a big swing. I got a big swing. You know, this is what money and power can buy you. Well, thanks everybody for watching. That was quite an interesting video, some interesting information that we received. A lot to think about, right? A lot to think about. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm also close to 5,000 people. And you know what? If I get up to 5,000 people, I'm going to give away some free readings, but it's only going to go to subscribers. So I'd hate for you to miss out. Let's see if we can make it happen. And I really appreciate it, everybody. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon. Everybody take care. For entertainment purposes only.